What is up, YouTube? It's Jonathan Main coming to you from Main Game Fitness. I am here doing a meal prep, and we just went through our grocery haul. I'm going to give you a rundown of everything we're doing for this week. We're going to be cooking our breakfast and we're doing lunch. Plan on doing all my workouts in the morning, getting up at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning to hit these workouts. That will let me go ahead and give time to cook my dinners at night so I can have something that's not coming straight from Tupperware. Gives me a little more freedom that way. I want to bring you along, show you where we're at so far. Right now, we already finished up our breakfast here. We went with the 93% lean ground beef and add a little bit of olive oil. And what we're doing with that is we mixed it in there with some peppers here, some bell peppers. Gives us a little bit of the veggies in the morning. We got the ground beef, and the seasoning is the key here. This chili garlic sauce, sriracha. No calories in it, great flavor. Kind of tastes like stuffed pepper in the morning. Not the normal breakfast, but definitely something that I find to enjoy. When you're like me, you don't like eggs and you don't like egg whites, or if you do like them, they have to be covered in cheese and everything else that you really don't need to be eating in the morning. This is a great substitute for that. Some type of lean kind of meat there. On top of that, with the breakfast, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do 2 pieces of whole wheat bread, and we're going to go ahead and hit it up with a little bit of peanut butter, or you can do almonds in the morning, something with some good fats as well. Peanut butter that I prefer is this natural Jif, crunchy or creamy, either way, whatever your preference is. I prefer the crunchy myself. I go ahead and weigh about 30 grams of that with 2 pieces of bread. You got 140 grams of beef in here with about 80 grams of veggies. So nice complete breakfast to get your morning started off right, especially after a post-workout. That's great fuel right there. Then for lunch, what we're going to be looking at doing, we're going to be doing about 224 grams of protein, or about 8 ounces of chicken here. I went ahead and seasoned it with the spicy Cajun flakes on there. Good flavor. And then we're also going to go ahead and add some of our cooked brown rice here. We're going to go ahead and do some type of vegetable in there. I prefer just using something frozen. So looking at what we have in the frozen department here, we have mixed vegetables. We got some broccoli. What I like doing with these, makes it super simple, is we're going to go ahead and just drop them right in there. We're not going to even bother cooking them, because when we go to eat them, 2 minutes in the microwave and your veggies are going to be cooked just fine. Frozen vegetables aren't a bad thing either. I know they probably don't get the rap that, you know, eating fresh and everything is, but a lot of these things are picked at their prime, and then they're put into the thing and they're flash froze, so you're getting them when they're ripe. So when you actually cook them, they do turn out pretty good, and sometimes they're better than the fresh thing that you think you're getting organic or whatever you are in the store. So I do prefer the frozen for convenience as well. Alright guys, I want to show you how easy it is to measure out your food. It's easy if you have a food scale. If you don't have a food scale, you're going to be in some trouble, because unless you have a magic hand to sit there and weigh it out, it's going to be really difficult. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and weigh out our food. Take our food prep container here. We're going to go ahead and we're going to make sure we zero this out, because we don't want those grams sitting in there for the weight of the container. So we're back to zero here. Take about a half a cup of rice. And we are pretty close with that. We're at 94, and right there, 100, right on. If you're a little bit over or a little bit under, it's not going to affect you. We just want to be pretty close in the general realm there. On top of that, we'll go ahead, while we're here, we're going to get our vegetables. We need to get 80 grams of veggies in here. So I'm going to go ahead and just dump our vegetables in here. We zeroed it out, and right there, we got our broccoli for a meal. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and finish prepping these lunch portions out, and I'll see you at the end.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you
show you what an example meal is here and show you how much food we'll be eating. We have one of our lunches here we're looking at. We got the 224 grams of chicken, 100 grams of cooked brown rice. We got our 80 grams of vegetables. That is one of our major meals. We'll eat something very similar to this at dinner. That is why we have the extra brown rice over here, so we can just go ahead and scoop that onto our plate, heat it up, and we're good to go. Another thing when you're looking at some of your carb sources, one of the important things we want to look at is that we're eating actual whole wheat when you go and get the whole wheat brand. There's a lot of times that you can go ahead and see that it's enriched wheat flour. Well, that's something that's been chemically processed. It's not 100% ground wheat. So you want to make sure that you're looking at stone ground wheat or you're looking at whole wheat flour. Those are the important things when we're looking at our wheat products. Other than that, we got our lunch, we got our breakfast, and then we'll be pretty much ready to go for the week. On another note, some other things that we need to make sure that we're paying attention to. We prepped all this food and it's hot. If we go ahead and close up all these containers when the food is still hot, it's going to grow bacteria and then our meals are going to be ruined. So it's important to let this stuff cool down when it's in this container, let it sit out for a while. And once it gets cool, then we'll go ahead and put the lids on and then we'll put it in the refrigerator. You can put it in the freezer, whatever works.